Hello my loves. I am so sorry that this is like only one video this week, but we're preparing to go away to Plymouth for the weekend. I've prepped my nails. I'm doing a proper set, not a peel off set, so buckle up. Right, I'm going to be using my TX Elite coffin tips. They come in packs of 600 for less than £10. And I'll just show you these quickly. They do have a well, don't even worry about it, treat them the same as a well-less. I still blend a well-less tip, so it's no different. I'm going to be using my adhesive, which will be available on the website very, very soon. Now, I often react to adhesives, but I have learnt that there's a certain amount I can tolerate. I don't react with my skin, it's my nose. This is a very fast setting adhesive, and it seems that because it's so strong and fast setting, I don't know whether that is affecting that I'm breathing in less fumes. I really don't know, but I don't seem to be reacting as badly, so I'm happy about that, which means I can demo it more for you. You only need a tiny bit of this adhesive. It is very, very strong, like I said, and it sets pretty quick. And you've seen it in other videos. So I'm just going to be applying these tips. I've prepped my nails. If you have any issues with nail lifting, okay, then I would recommend investing in my nail prep course. It is less than £20. So head over to my website. You can purchase it on there, and I will send you all the information and add you to the private group. So we'll just pop these tips on. There we go. Now we need to change shape because we're doing a kind of modern almond. Now I must admit, all right, this is only the second time I've ever attempted this shape. I'm not saying it's amazingly perfect, but I'm doing the best I can with hands that, you know, are not particularly healthy. It took me 2 days of nails to do these two sets. Not 2 whole days, but I had to break it up into sections because of my hands. So I got there in the end. Now I'm going to pinch these tips. So I've cut them down, pinch them nice and tight, right? They're very, very, very flexible. And then I'm going to use my new nail clippers and cut off the corners. Now you can either do them at quite a deep angle, or you can do them at quite a straight diagonal angle. And I'm going to do that on all of these. So yes, I'll let you watch this. So we have our rough shape here, but I'm just going to kind of like neaten it up a little bit. Make sure those sides are nice and level with my lateral folds. Make sure that the contact area is nice and blended. They're very, very thin, so even though they do have a bit of a well on them, the well is very fine. It takes a couple of seconds to just whip over with a file. It's no different. Honestly, I don't treat them any different to how I would if I was applying a well-less tip. And I'm just going to angle my file and file that end there. So it's kind of at a 45-degree angle. Again, it's something I'm still getting up together skill-wise because I just don't do my nails a lot. I tend to do like sample sets to show you guys, but I don't ever do sets that I'm going to keep on that I take hours and hours and hours and hours over, whereas these took me a long time. Getting Gerald, because he's nice and soft, to get away all the dust. I've got Gerald and his family available on the website. I suggest you just go and look at the website. This beautiful Alina acrylic wand is on there. This is the size 10. I suggest you just have a look because loads of things that I use in this video are on the website, and it would just be boring if I keep telling you what. This is a nice pinched brush, so you can tuck it right in at the cuticle and get it super, super neat. But yes, I would just have a little gander on the website. You might find something you really like. The Alina crystal stackers are now on the website, so you can buy them empty for £2.80, and they're 6 5mm pots high, all stacked together, and you can add your Alina crystals on there. They've got the Alina logo so that you know those are your Alina crystals, or you can buy some of the new crystal mixes in stackers pre-made, and there'll be more added to the website as we go. So I've just dehydrated and primed my nails. I'm going in with Nail Mate's Toasted Rose, which I'm almost out of. I need to get some more. And I'm going to just build this shape up as we go. It's not an easy shape to do. It's different. The structure's slightly different. So I build it up a little bit more as I go. And I tend to pinch on the first layer and then add a little bit more. Do you see what I mean? Because I'm working with those deep swooping sides. So I'm doing like a 3 bead to start with. Tucking the back of that bead in with those bristles, and that's what I mean, where the brush is pinched, it makes that application so incredibly easy. They're also premium Kolinsky sable, so they hold that monomer beautifully and distribute it evenly throughout your acrylic as you're working. So we're going to pop that bead down. It releases nice and easily, no stickiness. Tuck in around the cuticle with that very tip of the brush. There you go. Now, what I did was create my kind of base structure here, but I wanted to make sure I could get in a good pinch. So I kind of didn't build up too much, because obviously every time you add a new bead, the bead at the bottom is more set than the bead on the top, and that exothermic reaction is going to cause it to set at different rates. So you want to make sure you can get a pinch in, if that's what you want. I like to pinch them. I want them to look slender and elegant. I am paranoid about having fat nails. I can't deal with it. Like I just like elegant pinched nails, and if you pinch the correct way, you will not damage. So this has gone matte and it's starting to warm up. That's that exothermic reaction. I've put the pincher on for a couple of seconds and I'm checking if it dents the acrylic. If it doesn't, go ahead and pinch. Pinching should not hurt. It should be comfortable. And there you go. So it's just tightened up. Just, you know, like if you wear a little corset, just snatch that waist. Now I'm going to go in and add my apex and stuff like that. But I didn't want to wait. I wanted to get that pinch in nice and early. Tucking the back of that cuticle in with those lovely pinch bristles. And then coming in and smoothing down that bead. Nice and easy. There we go. And I'm just kind of blending it into the nail. I don't want to walk too much of that bead down. We need the apex and the structure. I don't need a fat tip. Who wants a fat tip? I mean, come on now. Right, so next I'm just going to make sure, so I had a look down the barrel and I noticed we needed a little bit down that centre, and that's what I mean. Where the shape's slightly different, there's a tendency, if you lay an acrylic bead at the tip, for it to splurge down the sides and leave the tip, the actual top, middle, a little bit naked. So you just need to make sure that that acrylic is peaking. You're not going to do like an edge nail with a sharp point, but you still need to make sure you've got enough acrylic in that central point. I hope that makes a bit of sense. It's not too early today, so I feel like I have got my teeth in. Okay, so tuck in the back of that bead, nice and easy. And then we're going to walk that bead down the nail as before, tucking it in and work it right down to the tip. Again, it's not a problem if the bead doesn't cover the tip as much as it does the back. It's not going to, because the bead is thinning out as it goes. We just add a bead at the tip. Like I said, you just build it up as you go. There's no one going to jump out the cupboard and be like, how many beads have you used? Just get to grips with the structure. Get to grips with your product. Just go for it. Have fun. So we're going to jump forward a little bit. Now you've seen me apply a couple of nails. This is the nails before filing. I filed them my usual way, side wall, free edge, and then the shape of the nail, making sure those sides are nice and flat. And I'm just going to use gel to get rid of all the dust. The fine bristles on these brushes kind of attracts the dust, so I use him to clean my desk as well. And then I just wipe him down with like disinfectant wipes afterwards and let him dry. It's beautiful. I've got about 8 different kinds on the website. I have to have a look. They're really nice. Right, I'm going to use Madame Glam's gel paint. I've got the gold, which is really beautiful, and the white. These are highly pigmented gel paints. So we're going to take the gold and do a kind of backwards S. And then we're going to fill that S with crystals later on. But the first thing I'm going to do is all the hand painted parts. So we're just going from one corner, swoosh it around the middle and back, and I'm actually taking it into more of the center. And then I'll just make the central part of that swoosh a little bit thicker. So that's the area where the slightly bigger crystals will be. I find that adding a similar colour within a swoosh where you're going to have crystals makes it pop even more. It just adds a little something else. So that if you've not got a crystal that can fit in a certain gap, you know, there's the same colour shining through, so it really fills that design, it beefs it out. Beefs it out. What a thing to say. Doesn't sound particularly elegant, does it? Sounds more like a packet of Monster Munch, which is what my toes look like. Anyway, I'm digressing. So I'm going to cure that for 60 seconds, and then I'm actually going to take the inhibition layer off, that sticky layer, and clean the nail and leave it. Now I'm going on to the next nail. I'm using Madame Glam's blooming gel, and I'm going to apply that all over the nail initially, but I'm concentrating on the left side of the nail to make sure I've got a good coverage on there. I'll put, like, to make the nail even, I'll put some on the other side as well, but I will kind of remove any excess. Okie dokie, so now I'm going to go in with the highly pigmented gel and just do some swooshes and some dots, and because it's a thicker gel paint, it doesn't disperse as quickly as gel polish within a blooming gel, which is exactly what I wanted. So you keep a bit more of that depth of colour and that intensity, and it just gradually blooms. And I do it differently on every single nail when I do this, so there's no kind of set way for me to do it. And then once I'm happy with where things are, I'm going to go in and do little bits of accent with the gold gel. Now, because the gold gel has tiny mica metallic pigments in it, it doesn't disperse as quickly or as easily, which is great, so you can use it to accent, but you can still do it on top of the blooming gel. And once I've got my little accent pieces in place, I'll then press in some little pieces of gold leaf, and that just adds another layer, another kind of slightly different tone of gold, because don't forget the gold finger crystal mix that we're focusing on has 2 different shades. It has a more light sparkly champagne gold, and then it has that deep metallic old gold look. So I'm going to add some tiny little pieces of the gold foil, and I breathed on it and it went everywhere. What a mess. And then I'll cure that whole nail for 60 seconds. But before I cure it, I'm going to use my applicator brush for gel and just take off some of that on the left hand side of that nail, because I don't need it all there, and I am actually going to be adding crystals there as well. And if you look, it's quite a thick layer that disperses across the nail, so I just want to get rid of a little bit of that. I don't need it all there. And then we'll cure that for 60 seconds, bring it out, give it a top coat. It's not finished, don't worry, I will be buffing the top coat in a minute, but I want to just secure and seal and keep everything nice and safe. So we'll just give it a quick top coat, get that in the lamp for 30 seconds, and then move on with the next nail. Now this one is the trickiest nail of the bunch. First I'm going to draw a smile line with the gold gel, which in itself can be a bit fiddly, especially on yourself. I think it's easier on somebody else. But as long as you kind of have the same starting point, you'll meet in the middle, you'll figure it out. I'll do it the rough version with the detailer brush, and then I'll use my Madame Glam's gel applicator brush for the actual colouring in of the tip. And because the gel's really pigmented, you won't have a big thick lumpy nail. It just won't happen. So that's going to have a 60-second cure, and then I'll take any inhibition there off that and just give it a clean, and we'll come back to that again later. And we'll do the blooming gel design on the index finger, which is the same design as the ring finger but done completely differently again, just to show you like another way you could do it, and just to sort of give an example of how they kind of look the same but I did them differently. So all I did this time was make a few dots with the white gel. Just dot them about, anywhere will do. And then I went back in and just started swooshing around them and messing them about. Just disrupting them, changing the thickness, you know. And then I did the same thing with the gold gel as on the other one. I just went round and used it as an accent gel in specific areas, and then went in with the gold leaf and then cured the whole nail for 60 seconds and top coated. Okay, the thumb next. Now I love a thumb, you know I love a thumb. The thumb is a whole nail of blooming gel with that gold and white design. I just wanted to show how quickly and easily you can do something that's actually incredibly beautiful. It really is ever so like pretty. It's elegant but still got a bit of pizzazz. It's eye-catching but not too in your face. It's really beautiful. So I'll let you watch because it's exactly the same principle as the others. It's just the whole nail. Now, because I've used quite a lot of gel on the thumb, it was slightly uneven. The best thing to do is grab a little bit of builder gel and just even out the surface of that nail. So that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to even it out, then I'll buff it back, then I'll top coat, then I'll buff it back, and then I'll top coat again, purely because there's quite a bit going on there and there is a tendency to have little lumpy bumpy bits. So your best bet is to seal it in as best you can with a builder gel and kind of level out that nail. So as well as buffing the thumb, I'm also now buffing the index finger and the ring finger because we're going to bless them with the bling. Oh, you know it's coming. You know, come on now. And I need to give credit to the smile line of this hand. It's going to be entirely crystal. I would not have thought of that if it was not for my fantastic ambassador Zara, who is on Instagram as Z. I'm just going to put it up on the screen because I'll forget. She did a crystal smile line and I was obsessed, and she used the gold finger mix and I was like, I have to wear this. I have to have this on my hands. It's amazing. It's so beautiful. So beautiful, and I just feel like a blingy princess. It's a bit tricky, but you know, so what. So Gerald comes in, removes the dust as always, and let's get on with I'm just sorting the lid out on my gel. I wondered what I was doing then. Right, so I'm going to get the gold finger mix. Now this mix has been well used, so it's running a bit thin on the ground now. It's a huge selection, and it is available in a stacker or in a pack, so whichever you would find easier to work with. There's a resealable pack, or there's a stacker where they've been separated, so the round flat backs are separated into 4, and then you've got into 6, and then you've got 2 stackers of shapes, 2 pots of shapes as well. Sorry, I'll get my words out eventually. So I've spread them across 2 of the trays just so I can have a bit of a dig in, and I'm using some of my adhesive, and the first thing I'm going to do is just fill up this crystal swoosh. That's it, simple, just fill it up with some of the bling.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights.
Now at first this nail's not going to make sense to you because I'm adding random dots of glue and random crystals, but all will be revealed. I'm basically placing a central one there. So the first one I'm placing is the random champagne gold, and then I'm going to go in and do three crystals going down in length. So shortest, then slightly longer, then slightly longer. So we're basically doing almost like a chandelier effect, I guess. And we're going to use those pesky caviar beads to create this. I've still got a couple in stock on the website, but I do need to get some more. So I'm going to take my builder gel and the gold caviar beads from this selection, and I'm going to create the long drippy lines for the chandelier kind of effect. I found the easiest way to do this is with a builder gel. I tried on the other hand with the acrygel or polygel, but I just felt like it was a bit bulky. So the easiest way I've found is to do it in small areas with the builder gel and just cure it as you go.
Figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high. Even if the sky is falling down, even if the sky is falling down, yeah. The sky is falling down. Even if the sky is falling down, even if the sky is falling down, yeah. The sky is falling down.
So that's all cured into place. I'm now going to get on with this smile line. So I'm going to use some more of these shapes from the Goldfinger mix and a lot of the round flat backs as well. I've separated a few And basically I'm just going to crack on with it. The main shape I wanted at the bottom was that diamond shape, so I've got that in there. And then I'm going to surround that with the different types of round flat back. I must say the tool I'm using is the Alina crystal tool as well. But yeah, I'll let you watch. I'm just filling in the gaps. Honestly, it looks more technical than it is. Once that's done, I'm going to do the index finger exactly the same as the other nail, so I won't bore you with it because you know how it's done now. So it'll be exactly the same as this one, running down that side there, just completely identical. And then once they're all done, we're going to start sealing them in. So they're all cured and in place. And we're going to take the no wipe top coat. It must be a no wipe top coat, okay? Don't try sealing them in with a top coat. You've got to wipe the dispersion layer off because geez. And just get your detailer brush, and it is very, very important that you seal in these crystals. Now if you're not sure, if you're not confident with crystal work, take one of my courses. They're £15, but if you look at some of my students, they came to me frightened to stick a crystal on a nail or telling me that they'd fall straight off, and now they are creating amazing works of art. So honestly, all you need is the right information and education, and you will flourish. You will absolutely flourish, and your creativity will just grow and grow and grow with your confidence. So it's worth investing if this is something you really want to get to grips with. And I'm just sealing them all in, making sure that nothing's going to get in between them, no hair, no dirt, nothing's going to lift them off and make them ping off. And then I'll give that a really, really good cure in my lamp. I'm then going to do exactly the same thing on the other nails. Just getting in. Now the good thing about the caviar beads is you can go over them. Doesn't really matter as long as you don't go too much like a big gloop. But you can really seal them in quite well. Just don't go over the crystals. Then, once they're all cured, I applied some cuticle oil, and here is the finished design. I really hope you love these as much as I do. Don't forget to check out the website for all the bits and bobs, and I'll see you in my next video. I got a cheeky video of them outside as well to show you how much they sparkle in the sunlight. Anyway, I'll see you very soon. Tally bye!